Hello, everyone. Oh, busy day. It's month end. Busy, busy. And then we had some website issues. Oh, my goodness. Never a dull day. But, oh, good. You can see me here. Let me go in my other group. Make sure you can see me in my other group. Come on. How do I get back to my other group? There we go. There we go. Uh-oh. I don't see me. There. Now I see me. Hi. Where's my drink? There it is. Hi, Anna. How you doing? I'm sorry I'm so late in here, guys. I worked out today, and then the company I work with, the website was having some issues, so I was trying to get that resolved, and finally it got resolved. So, yay. Yay for IT department. What would we do without them? So that was done, and then I had to pick up my kids, and then we had to do homework, and it just flew away. I had 30 minutes after I got the website stuff done. I was like 30 minutes to either do this video or play with eyelashes before I picked up my kids. And I was like, I'm gonna play with some eyelashes before I pick up my kids. Because I don't like these videos. I don't like to be rushed when I do with these videos. So I was like, I'll wait until we're done with homework before I do dinner, before I go live and do our next Wonder Woman mindset training. So sorry for the later post, but you can always catch the replay. And let's get into day 4 of the Be Your Own Wonder Woman Mindset Challenge. So I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to go here, and we're in module 4 for the Be Your Own Woman Mindset Challenge, Wonder Woman Mindset Challenge. So we're going to learn in this chapter or this module about your intuition versus your shadow. So your shadow, as we learned, well, let's just talk about what we've learned so far in our mindset challenge. Oh, wait, I can't go back. Done. So in day 1, we learned who Wonder Woman is, what her morals are, what her values are, what she fights for. Day 2, we did our Wonder Woman mantra. And day 3, we learned about our ego and its role and how it protects us to keep us safe, but also how it kind of hinders us or blocks us from stepping into our greatness. And so now we're going to learn about our intuition and how to recognize the call of our intuition and not let our ego block us from doing things that might make us greater. So your shadow, like I said yesterday, your shadow is like a warm blanket telling you to fear change. So have you ever had that gut feeling where you thought, I can do that thing, then instantly you hear your inner voice saying why you can't do that thing? That is the war between your intuition and your shadow. Especially, like, I find this relatable to myself when I'm watching leaders in this direct sales industry and I see them do these great things and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can do that. And then instantly my ego steps in and says, who do you think you are to do that? Who do you think you are to host a mindset challenge? Who do you think you are to put yourself out there? Like, you're nothing great. And so I hear those voices too, just like you hear those voices. And so your intuition calls you to do something greater, but your ego says, no, 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 don't do that. You're not good enough. You can't do those things. You don't have the skills. You don't have the tools. It's going to be hard. People are going to judge you. That's the ego. So it's always that fight of the yin and the yang. I also think of it like as the devil and the angel on your shoulders. The angel is telling you, go do that thing that's going to be hard work, but you're going to grow and you're going to learn and you're going to prosper. And then the devil's saying, that looks really hard. Let's just sit here and watch a movie instead. So it's just like that. It's the yin and the yang, the devil and the angel on your shoulder, the good versus, and then I'm not going to say like your intuition is always good and your ego is always bad. I'm not saying that, because our ego does do good things by keeping us safe from not going down those wrong streets in Los Angeles. And just like I said in yesterday's video, like we don't want to go down to downtown LA and go to Skid Row and, honk a horn and say, hey, look at me. No, we don't want to do that. So your intuition will be a split second of clarity, and your shadow will swoop in to tell you all the things that could go wrong. And raise your hand or comment below if you've had an instant in your life that you can remember where this has happened to you. Like I have many times, and they'll continue to happen all the time because it's just a constant battle. So your intuition will make you feel inspired. When you feel inspired, that is often your intuition calling you to lean into that inspiration with an action. And sometimes your intuition will make you feel scared, because sometimes we feel a little nudge or a push to do something that we never have done before. And the unknown is scary, but trust that you are feeling called to take that step towards the unknown, because it is leading you to something greater. When my journey, like I talked about how I went to school and got my bachelor's degree in psychology, let me tell you about my many failures. So I went to junior college first, went to a 2-year junior college, graduated with honors, got my associate's degree. Then I transferred to a university in California, and I got kicked out because of bad grades. And that was really deflating for me. It was a hard transition for me from the junior college or community college to a big time university, and that was a hard transition for me. And I was going through life things as well at the same time, so I flunked out, and I always felt less because of that. Now, when I got my job at Victoria's Secrets, I had a lot of girlfriends that were going to big universities and getting their bachelor's degree, and some getting their master's degree. And I felt called to finish my degree. And instantly, when I had that inspiration to go back to school and finish my degree, instantly I thought, well, you're too old. You're 27 now. Who do you think you are to go back to school at 27? All your friends are going to be younger than you. Everyone's going to be younger than you. Like, who do you think you are? You can't do that. You work a full-time job and a part-time job just to pay your rent. How are you going to afford to go back to school and finish your bachelor's degree? And those are the thoughts that came into my head. Let me make sure I'm not missing any questions. Okay. So those were the thoughts that instantly came into my head. I felt inspired. My intuition was calling me to go out there and finish my degree. Then instantly my ego came in and said, no, it's going to be really hard. You shouldn't do that. You should just stay where you are and be complacent. And I'm so glad I didn't listen to my ego. I'm so glad I took that first step, answering the call to my intuition, and went out there and looked at schools, which I did find a school that I liked. I went and finished my bachelor's degree in psychology. And then I went on and used that degree when I moved to Iowa and worked at a residential home for children who had suffered from mental illness and could not live in society anymore. So these were dangerous children to themselves and dangerous to society. And I had worked in that facility to help these children grow and have somewhat of a normal life for the place that they lived. So, and I know that I made a difference there. Even though I was there a short time, I did make a difference there in some of the children's lives. And so I'm so glad that I answered the call to my intuition and took that first step towards the unknown looking into schools, because then I did eventually go back to school, still had a full-time job, still had a part-time job, still finished my degree, and was able to use my degree to make a difference in young children's lives. So always try to be brave and be fearless and answer the call of your intuition, because you never know how it could benefit you and how it could benefit those around you. So the next page here is our journal question. What is your intuition calling you to do today? What tools do you have right now that can help you step into the unknown? So, if you're like me, I guarantee you already know what your intuition is calling you to do. And you already feel that calling, like, oh, I should go do that thing. So, write that thing down and then think about what you have right now. What tools do you have right now that you can utilize to take the first step towards that thing? So for me, I wanted to go back to school, even though I had gotten kicked out for bad grades. I was like, I'm going to pick myself back up. I failed in my first attempt to get my bachelor's degree. I'm going to pick myself back up and try again. And I went online and I searched for schools and met with counselors and found a school that I liked. So I used the tools that I had to answer the call to my intuition. So write down what tools you have to help you take that first step towards what your intuition is calling you to do. For some, it might be opening a small business. Maybe you're really good at making cupcakes and you want to start your own cupcake business. What tools do you have right now that you can use to help you take that first step towards creating your own cupcake business? For some, it might be, getting a job, or furthering your career. Like maybe you've always wanted to, finish or get a certification to further your career. What tools do you have right now to help you take the first steps to finding what you need to do to further your career, to get that certification? For some, it might be changing careers. Changing careers can be really scary because we worked and invested so many hours in the current career that we have. To completely start over and change is really scary. But if that's what your intuition is calling you to do, what tools do you have right now that'll help you decide if you should answer that call? So I hope this is a really short chapter, because we did all the hard work before in chapter 3. So this should be a lot easier because we did all the hard work in chapter 3. Chapter 4 should be a lot easier. But think about what your intuition is calling you to do, and think about what tools you have right now that you can use to take that first step towards your greatness, that first step towards the unknown. So I hope that was helpful for you. Let me see if there's any questions. I don't see any here. Let me go over to my other group and see if there's any questions there. Nope, no questions there. So these last two chapters, chapters 3 and chapters 4, are really about stepping outside of our comfort zones and taking that first step into doing the thing that scares us, or taking that first step into doing the thing we're inspired to do. Let me not share my screen anymore. So these last two chapters, these last 2 days are really about answering the call to our intuition, looking around us and inside of us to see what tools we have that we can utilize to answer that call of our intuition, and being fearless in the pursuit of our dreams by not letting our ego hold us back in its nice warm blanket. Because our ego is our nice warm blanket telling us, no, 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 don't do that thing that you're inspired to do. Don't do that thing that your intuition is calling you to do. It's safe here and it's warm here, and we're by a fireplace and we're drinking hot cocoa. Like, how fun is that? When we answer the call to our intuition, it's not always easy. In fact, many times it's hard, and we will be in an emotional roller coaster of good days and bad days. But at the end, when you accomplish the thing that scared you, when you accomplish the thing that you were called to do, and you see how it's changed you, and you see how you've grown, and you see how your life is better because of it, you will be so proud of yourself, and you will realize that you are your own Wonder Woman. So I hope that was helpful today. Have a great day, everyone. Happy Thursday. And tomorrow, we're going to talk about tools that you can use to keep this process going. You've built up your Wonder Woman mindset now. You have your Wonder Woman mindset motto. You know how to recognize your ego and when it's holding you back, and you know how to recognize your intuition and when it's calling you to do something greater. And now, tomorrow, we're going to learn how we can sharpen our swords, sharpen our mindsets, so we can keep that mindset strong and keep that Wonder Woman mindset strong and nourished and sharpened. So, have a great day, everyone, and I'll see you tomorrow.